All right, hello guys, welcome to the Pick a Pile. I've decided to do a video because I just want to get a lot of information out there. I think that it's good to just kind of see, more than an Instagram post can handle, or just a little post. So I'm gonna shuffle the cards in front of you, play them out. I want to talk a little bit about all the transits and stuff going on too while I get these babies shuffled. I'm going to do a lot of cards, so, buckle up. If you don't want to listen to the beginning, if you're just here for the pick a pile, just check the description and there will be timestamps for each pile. So you can find that, or you can just hang out for the whole thing. But, all right, let's talk about what's going on. So, yesterday, technically Tuesday, was a Scorpio full moon, which... this is inviting you to embrace change, right? So it's like you planted those seeds of intention the last new moon. Full moons are when those things come to fruition. Those things are coming, you're harvesting those seeds. Full moons illuminate us to our shadows, right? Which aren't necessarily a bad thing, right? It's just a part of you that... it's like the part of you the world doesn't see, if you want to look at it that way, right? So they illuminate hidden influences. They illuminate things that you need to look at that you may not have been aware of, right? So you might find you over the past few days, into the next couple weeks, because there's a shadow period either side of the moon. But you may find sudden realizations of uncertainties around you, things becoming more clear. I read a quote I want to share with you that it said, expect intellectual bordering existential conversation from your friends, some next level horniness from your lover, and some straight up Slytherin vibes from everyone else. So this, it's a moon of diving deep, that Scorpio energy. If you're a Taurus, this moon's going to affect everybody, obviously, and a little bit different. But if you're a Taurus, it is your opposing sign, so it is in essence like the shadow of your sun sign. So finding that balance, balance is super important. Not only was there that full moon, but Pluto is now in a 5-month retrograde, and this retrograde is going to be all about taking your power back. It focuses on your deepest selves and like transformation, and it's subconscious as well. So that plays in really well to that Scorpio moon energy, right? It can be uncomfortable because it's deep. Pluto is really deep. Pluto is introspective. It's in Capricorn, but it's ruled by Scorpio. So there's a lot of synchronicities, you could say, going on there, right? So keep that in mind. It is necessary though, discomfort is what drives us. It's what moves us. It's what motivates us. It's not bad. It pushes you from your comfort zone to your challenge zone, right? So put your heart on that evolving and that changing, not changing who you are, but, coming more into who you've always been, getting to know who you always have been. The retrograde in Capricorn is going to be dealing with karma, structure, and stability. It's going to be both personally and collectively. So this, it's so synchronistic. This is the year of karma, year 5. 5 is, it's a karmic number, but it's also it is, coming to an understanding of what you believe and making sure that you're believing what you believe, and you're headed in a direction that serves you. Because if you're not living this life for you, then you're not living life, right? So you might find yourself driven to create, career-oriented, whether you work in what I like to call the matrix, like if you have a job you go to every day, or if you work for yourself, it's a job you go to every day, but maybe you work at home and you're your own boss, you're an artist, maybe you're a creator, a coach, maybe you're a doctor, maybe you're a nurse, maybe you work in retail, whatever it is. Look at ways in your life, that you can just move forward and thrive, right? So you're going to find, you're going to get encouraged to get rid of any obstacles that are preventing you from thriving. So you're going to find clarity on things that aren't working for you. so that you can release and move forward into that improved version of yourself. But you have to do the work, or you could end up stuck in a rut, right? This next 5 months, October 6th is when Pluto goes direct again. So this is pivotal to your forward movement, to your progress. You want to ditch that baggage, right? Lean into the change. You're never going to have progress without change, and change can be uncomfortable, right? We talk about the tower sometimes, and you think tarot, like the tower is everything falling apart, so that it can fall back together. It's all beautiful. So with that, we're going to move forward. I'm going to lay out these cards and get a little go going. But because this time is so transformative and there's so much going on, right, in a good way, that I think it's really important to just get to the heart of the matter. See what's up. So we're going to pull out. I'm pulling a few different decks because I think it's really cool to see the layers, and like, who knows, maybe you'll get the same card from all the tarot decks. That'll be a strong message. These are the, I'd say, crystals, I guess, amulets that we're using today. I was drawn to some different ones. This is a sand dollar, sand star, and then a bone. This bone I found on the beach. So it's a beach washed, tossed bone, and just looking into the power of those things, and like knowing now, like, it's just very synchronistic, and I'm really excited to share with you. It shows nature, those nature gems, right? It doesn't just have to be crystals. There's healing power in everything around us. All of nature holds energy, and it can be transformative, because if you look at nature, it's always transforming, right? So, all right. We're just gonna ride the wave this next few months. Mars is also in Cancer, and I did a poll for Mars in Cancer last week, but that energy is it can be very push and pull. Cancer is, a little bit more laid back, and Mars rushes ahead. Cancer is a little more nurturing, so it can be some intense energy, but it's also like channeled in a good way. It's protecting what's important, that mama bear energy. So if you're feeling that way, if you're feeling an extra urge to like protect what's important to you, protect those that are important to you, don't fret. That's the energy out there. And we're feeling it, right? We're feeling it. And that's all right. Just gotta roll with it, because we're all one, right? We're all a collective, which means that if I'm feeling the energy, you're feeling the energy. If you're feeling the energy, they're feeling the energy. So we're all feeling it. We're all here. We're all one mind, one heart, one body. All right. And now, here we go. And I'm just going to give you a second to take a peek at these friends. Just, meditate for a second, see which one calls to you, and then we will dive in and we'll talk about, I'm going to start with this pile, and this is the second pile, and this is the third pile, and I'm just going to start here. I'm going to set these aside and work my way through them all. So again, if you're looking for a certain pile at this point, check the description for a timestamp. Otherwise, let's go on a journey. All right. So this here is Apache Tears. It's in the obsidian family. It has the properties of obsidian, but it's a gentle cleanse, if you will. Apache Tears, they bring up negativity from deep within an emotional, deep within your emotional body, right? So it pulls out for clearing anything that could be holding you back, right? We were just talking about that with the Pluto energy, so it's really fitting, but it's a slow, gentle way to thoroughly and safely transmute that energy, right? It's not gonna just drop you in, it's gonna walk you through. So like that energy coming through is very clean, it absorbs negativity, it protects your energy body, and it helps heal grief and cleanses emotions, right? That could be holding you back. And there's actually a little story I wanted to share. I was just doing a little look up on it, and I saw a story that said that there was it said that Apache warriors were cornered by the cavalry, and instead of being caught, they jumped off a cliff to their death, right? You know, not going to take me, I'm going to go back, be one with nature. But the women in the tribe grieved, and the grief came out and fell to the ground in these Apache tears. And so it's a gentle reminder of what has been sacrificed, but also what you have. So I think that's really beautiful. All right, so let's see what we got here. So I'm going to start this. Smile. That's pretty straightforward, right? Smile. Your thoughts create your emotions, and your emotions create your reality. So make sure you understand, you know, keep track of what you have to be grateful for. Look at everything in life and what it's given you. Don't take anything for granted, you know. Love the people around you, love the animals around you, love the nature around you. Be thankful for all the tangible things you have in your life that aren't necessarily living, but like, you know, the books you have, the desk you have, maybe, you know, the lights, the phones, the internet, all of it. Look at everything you have to be grateful for. So don't, you know, if this next couple weeks feels super rocky for you, just remember to smile and just laugh about it. You know, things come up and they hit us, and sometimes all you can do is just laugh and smile and be like, Source, you're so funny. All right, so I'll just lay out all the tarot cards. We got the King of Wands, or the King of Bows. We have the Five of Swords, the reversed Ace of Swords. Ooh, and the Ladybug. So that's good. There's a lot of clearing going on, a lot of release, a lot of knowing when to go and knowing what to let go of, right? So King of Bows is all about, you know, it's a snake on this card, or the adder, and it is that passion, it's that creativity, leadership, you know, drive, ambition. Maybe you have a creative venture that you're like looking into starting, and, you know, take that step, take that leap. Maybe you have been working towards something and now you're looking for people to help you, or you have a team. Like, don't be afraid to delegate in your life. Maybe it's just you, and you need a reminder that, like, you've got it. Like the King of Bows, it's that Mars energy. Also, it's that drive, the fire, right? So let go of petty conflict. Let go of the need to be right. That's what this is. It's the symbolism is, you know, you've won all the swords and you've beat those around you, but at what cost? Like, what have you given up to gain? And again, the 5, right? The 5 is super important. This is year 5. 5, you know, transformation, releasing. It's that the cycle, it's growth. So let go, you know, release your ego. Release that need to be on top all the time, because at the end of the day, like, we all have our perspectives and we all see things differently, and at the end of the day, like, someone's truth is their truth for a reason, and it feel how it sits with you, and then just let it go. Like, don't fight something. If what you see and what you perceive is the truth in your eyes, like, the truth doesn't need defending. The truth does not need to be defended. The truth is the truth, and it will always come out on top. So don't waste your energy fighting with people. Don't waste your energy trying to be the one. Just release. And the Ace of Swords, right? This is the cut through the bullshit card. So seeing these together, like, it's good. It's reverse, you know, it's not necessarily bad. It can be within, right? So go within, and, like, to be able to work in harmony with those around you, and, like, not need to sit with your ego. You have to release within what is holding you back. And I mean, we literally have the Taurus symbol on the top of this sword, right? And it's Taurus season, so that's super fitting. And then we have Venus, right? Taurus is ruled by Venus. So this is your time to, you know, embark on new ways of thought, new ways of being, new ways of speaking, right? This is air. This is your ideas, your thoughts, but your words as well. So what are you saying? How are you talking to those around you? Like, what are you trying to prove with your words? Words are, they call it spelling for a reason. Words are magic. Words are power. So releasing that to step into the power you have and that positive leadership, positive creation, positive ambition through love, right? Smiling and bringing it together, and like knowing that you're a bright energy, and you have the ladybug here, which it's pretty cool. I pulled this for myself a couple days ago. So that is like, it's just, synchronistic. It shows we're all connected. Connecty. But I'll just read it for you too. It says, you're a bright energy. Let worry go and be happy here and now. Feel good about being a loving and colorful you. You bless the world with color and good luck. So when you're in your love, and when you're smiling, and when you're not taking things for granted, and you're really stepping into that role of being, maybe just your own leader, and really like stepping into your creativity, and you release the need for ego, you release, being the top dog, and you just realize that we're all equal, and there's that happiness and that presence, right? Let go and be happy here and now, being present. You release this and you step into this, and this becomes your outward approach, is just knowing the truth and living the truth and not worrying about anything else, you know what I mean? And just show up for yourself, show up in love. Know that you're powerful, Don't get bogged down. Transformation is really important, like the 1s and the 5s. Like, you're starting something new. You're growing and forming and changing and stepping into more. So allow that transformation, allow the healing energy to just course through you and like take you on that ride in such a gentle way. So that's pile 1, y'all. As always, it's not clear. If you don't understand, drop a comment and we can talk about it. Next up, we have the sand dollar. So sand dollars are wisdom and the information needed to make necessary changes, right? For healing, for growth, for spiritual expansion. 5. Right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's formed around the 5-pointed star, which, we're in year 5. And it's big. I was thinking about the Hierophant when I was looking at this show, because the Hierophant is card 5 in the deck and of tarot, and the sand dollar is about growth, progress, transformation, and change. And the Hierophant is about like just reevaluating and making sure that you're firm in your beliefs and you're foundational and you're following what serves you, what fills you up the most, and you're allowing yourself to step into your own beliefs. So it's pretty intense there, the 5s. Sand dollar is pretty much the Hierophant, because the sand dollar is pretty much everything I just said, right? It teaches you to be gentle in your approach in life, regardless of environmental influences, regardless of the conditions around you, right? Because you create your reality. So like, as long as you're coming from love, it doesn't matter. Go with the flow and be flexible, and change your belief patterns that are detrimental to you, right? So like, what's not serving you, right? There's the Hierophant again. And ground yourself. So ground is important. I love this. It has the dragon, the little temple on top of the mountain, and I mean, that kind of says that, it doesn't matter what's coming at you. If you're grounded, then you're good. You're feeling that firm foundation, connected to earth, really rooted in there. So ground yourself. Maybe this week you just need to step away from all the worries of everything around you and just focus on yourself and grounding yourself. Go into nature. Meditate a little bit more if you have to. If you're feeling unstable, just take a second, take a few breaths, really ground down. It's really important. The 4 of Wands, Hanged Man. Y'all, this is the Hierophant card. This is the 5 card. That is the one that I was just telling you about. That's crazy. Okay, so we got 4. Actually, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Wow. What do you need to clear out to be able to celebrate? What do you need to clear out to find that foundation and to feel comfortable in your environment? And that doesn't mean necessarily your external environment, but your internal environment, right? This card, reverse isn't necessarily bad. It's just a pause and introspect moment, right? Because this card is upright in its like most purest form, is the happiest card in the deck of tarot. It is the happy home, the happy heart, thriving, growing, celebration. So if it's reversed, don't be scared. That's not saying anything's wrong. It's just saying, take a second, like look inside, change your perspective, right? What do you need to look at differently in order to turn this upright, in order to really feel that stability and that celebration? What do you need to look at? What beliefs do you need to change about yourself, about maybe your spirituality, or maybe the people around you, or maybe in your approach to life? Like all these perspectives. The Hangman is about perspective. It's about taking a second, taking a rest. It means that you're not stopping and truly thinking about your approach to life and where you're going and where you're headed, and finding that ultimate bliss, which comes from shifting your perspective, stepping out of what you already know to be true. If you're doing the same thing expecting different results, you'll never find it. You have to change your perspective and look at things from another way, right? What do you need to do? What do you need to release so you can ground in and truly celebrate? So that's powerful, especially to come with the sand dollar. That's wild. So really just think about that, right? This is your year. If you chose this deck, like fives, but this is transformative. So much is coming for you. And I know that you probably feel like so many things have been happening over and over and over. And you're like, when's it going to end? Like when, all right, I'm here, I'm listening, you can stop now. But remember that it's being able to adapt and overcome the adversity is what breeds wisdom and makes you understand and have that foundation. Because if you don't experience life, right, you won't then know the lessons. You can't learn the lessons without going through it. So don't see the things coming at you as detrimental, because it wouldn't happen if it wasn't supposed to, right? There's always that space for growth in life. And if something happens to you and then you're like, okay, this happened, and then this happened, and then this happened, and then just remember, Source is going to check. You're going to say, I lean fully on you. And Source is going to say, are you sure? Are you sure? Are you sure? Are you sure? And you're going to feel like you're getting hit with tidal waves, but just take a breath, especially, through these transits the next few months, with Mars in Cancer for until June and Pluto retrograde till October, right? This year, that's close to the end of the year. So this transformative, 5 months of retrograde, like 5, 5, 5, it's everywhere. Really just step into that, and don't be afraid to ask for help if you need it. The Puffin comes in to talk about partnership. So accept yourself, accept your personality, you have to accept where you are in order to change that perspective and step out of what you've been trying to do for so long, or what you've been believing, or what's not serving you, to step into that celebration. Like, you really have to accept where you are and be confident about being you. You're full of joy. You're grounded, right? You're transforming. You're riding that wave because you know that transformation and change is the only thing in life that keeps happening. You don't reach true enlightenment. You're not going to be fully transformed or fully healed until you leave this earthly plane and go back from a human existence. Human existence is that continuation of growth and transformation and healing, but don't put yourself in a space of perpetual healing, because life is healing, right? We heal through living. So step out of healing into living, right? Step out of feeling like you always need to heal. Change that perspective, step into living, ground yourself in to celebrate, and you will continue to heal as you live, because things will come up and trigger you a little bit, and you'll be like, all right, I want to change the way I look at this. And that's how you find transformation in that. let community nourish and protect you, right? Ask for help. Teamwork will give you the best results. If you have been trying to do something, trying to make changes, and you just can't get out of it, find somebody. Ask somebody to help you. There's nothing wrong with that, right? Someone who's coming from love is always there to support you. So, pile 2, the sea, ride the waves, step into transformation, allow that change. You're doing amazing. It's beautiful. Right. Avalanches. All right. And so the third pile, we have a bone. Bones have, it's interesting. They can have, a couple different meanings. There is, I just realized my music stopped, so I'm gonna bring it back. Maybe not. That's all right. We don't need it. All right. So bones, it's the paradox, the duality, right? They are permanence beyond death, right? They represent permanence because it's the last part of you to decompose when you are gone from this existence and your vessel is all that remains. This is the last part of it to decompose, but it also, as like permanence, it also has to do with ephemerality as well. It has to do with ephemerality as well, and the fact that our physical existence doesn't last forever. It's the soul lasts forever, right? So it's permanence, but it's also ephemerality of our physical existence. They also have to do with earth, it's earth matter, with trust, and with your truest, barest self. It really helps you anchor in the physical world while being a spiritual being. And this one was found in the water, so it holds the energy of water and land. So it's that logic and emotion. It's that masculine and feminine. It's that light and dark. It's the being able to go with the flow while being grounded. So there's your bones. All right. So we have dance. If you chose the third pile, it's time to dance. Move your body. Find joy in living. Find joy in moving. Find joy in your existence. Just dance through life. If you're feeling some type of way, move your body. If your body hurts, move your body. If your body's sad, move your body, right? Dance. Get up and move. It's so good for you. All right. We have the Knight of Swords. 10 of Cups. The Moon reversed. Ooh, and the Eagle. This one's really powerful. All right. So the Knight of Swords, again, is that don't think too quickly. Don't move too quickly, all right? So this is like fast movement, fast thinking, fast going, but it's reversed. It's take some time to dive within and make sure that the direction you want to head is the direction you want to head, right? The knights are the movement of the deck. They're that forward motion. They're riding, their horses real fast. So just take a second and just put on the brakes, dance. Don't take things too seriously. You're doing great. 10 of Cups. The 10 of Cups is, it's about happiness. It's that emotional abundance. It's that happy family life. It's that sunrise. It's the tens. It's completion. Just take a look at what could be holding you back from feeling happy and fulfilled and like emotionally poured into. Our shadows show us, and it can be hard to sit with the fact that we determine our emotional state, right? You create your reality, and you can, at the end of the day, only blame yourself, because you can't blame your environment because it is what it is, right? And if you don't like it, change it. You can't blame another person because they're another perspective. They're not living from your perspective. And at the end of the day, the other people around you are mirrors, right? no one would be in your life if they weren't there to show you something. So if you're attributing your unhappiness to someone around you, take a look at yourself and see how what about them makes you unhappy is relevant in your life, right? So like, why is it pinging you there? The moon, this card's been coming up a lot through this season. The moon is about diving deep within, right? Looking at your shadows, and it's not the negative. Like the moon, it is also associated with the feminine. It's intuition, darkness and light, the balance. It's that divine balance, but you have to love all the parts of yourself. And the moon is associated with what we consider our shadows, which a lot of the time is attributed to like negativities, but nothing is negative. You just are a dualistic, paradoxical being, right? You can't be all light and you can't be all darkness. There's always darkness in the light. There's always light in the darkness. You couldn't have darkness without light and vice versa, because it would just be. It wouldn't be light or darkness. It would just be existence. So looking at that, you have to step into those parts of yourself that you may be running from or trying to change, or like, I don't want to become like so-and-so or whatever. Step into that and just recognize that you aren't this being. You aren't the roles that you play. You aren't the job that you have. You aren't your place in the family lineage or whatever. Those are just roles that you take on in this life. You are a being beyond being, right? You can't really define what you are. And like, so to have qualms with any part of yourself in this physical existence is just to deny an aspect of you, which is pure love. And so like, don't deny a part of love, right? Because we are love in motion. And I mean, I was having a conversation with my partner a little bit ago about how the darkness could be perceived as love, right? Because darkness and love are like, it's not negative, right? We look at it and we think, well, love can't be darkness because love is love, but it's unconditional love, being able to love all the parts of everything that exists, right? That's loving that darkness. And so like, it makes sense. So when you think about the moon, I want you to think about love, because love is what you should focus on, right? Dance. And know that you're a master of your existence. You're a master of your spirit. You're on a journey beyond the sky. Let the past go, right? And soar. You're guided by the winds of spirit, and your wisdom inspires the world. So release things from the past. Take a second, like dance. Take a second to look at what's causing you unhappiness, what could be making you feel unsettled. Love the parts of yourself that come up that you want to hide, right? If something comes up and you get agitated and antsy, sit down for a second and think about it. It's not going to kill you, right? It feels uncomfortable, but it's not going to do anything bad. It's actually going to be good if you sit with that and you just take a peek at what's causing you to feel a little disheveled. So jump into it, Don't be afraid to dance. It's perfect. You guys are beautiful. You're doing great. It's a transformative time. There's a lot of major cards through each of these. So, I encourage you to take a look at all the spreads and see how they're relevant, because there's a lot of power in these spreads and there's a lot of information coming in. This is a very transformative time. So just ride the wave, step into it. You're stepping into something new. And if your eyes have started to be open, there's no closing them now, right? You're headed forward. You're on this journey, and you're doing great, Just know that this year is a year of transformation, and transformation equals intensity, and it equals what could be perceived as hardships. So just understand that it's clearing everything out. It's getting rid of all that deep-seated issues that you don't need anymore, that are actually holding you back, so that you can catapult into what's next. So thank you guys for being here. Appreciate you so much. If you have any questions or anything, please just leave them in the comments, send me a DM, and we'll get through this all together. Keep being you, keep glowing. You are stardust and you are infinite. An amazing day.